Hello. Welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. I hope you're doing well. So, I really feel like summer is finally here now that we're getting into July. And we had a very cool, not complaining because it was wonderful, cool June, very cool June. And now it's getting a little muggy. So, yeah, I'm ready for the summer season. I put on this very little Bo Peep outfit today, but it feels appropriate for the summer. I do like to wear white in the hottest months, so I'm starting that tradition today with this. It's kind of more of a cream, but it's a very nice dress. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. So, I guess the big news that I want to announce today, I have a few things I want to chat about, but the big one is that the new Bookworms horror zine is out. I love the bright yellow color. It's definitely getting me in the mood for summer fun. Here is my nephew Charlie Radcliffe does all of the artwork. This is kind of a take on Jaws Bookworms. I like the artwork because to me it has a little bit of a creep factor and also a fun factor, which is what this is all about. We have a very funny, water splash ride in the centerfold, which is actually based on his real experience because my nephew is one of the survivors of Action Park. There is a fabulous documentary about Action Park. My partner, who I do the zine with, Dr. J, he's also an Action Park survivor who did get injured on one of the rides. So my nephew Charlie told me that there's a sign on here that was a copy of a real sign at Action Park, which reads, "No face first rides. It will rip your teeth out." Ouch. With the kid missing teeth. Like that was actually a thing. So it's hilarious. The zine's out. I'm really loving that people are giving us such good reviews on Etsy. I'll link it below. I only have a few of the first issue left, and I'm not reprinting them. So they will be collector's items. If you want to buy both, check out the link. They're fun and cheap, although we did go up a little bit on the price because Dr. J sat down with me and actually took out his calculator and did the math, and we were losing money on the first one. So we raised it like a couple bucks, but it's still cheap for what you're getting. I mean, come on. So in here you will find recommendations of summer beach reads by our own Alex, the bookubus. She's a contributor. We have 2 fabulous short stories, plus the first chapter. It's a sneak peek into my new novel that's coming out. I said August, it's looking more like September. My new novel called Carney. It's like a carnival horror theme romp. And you can read the first chapter in this new Bookworms. Plus a lot of other fun stuff. Dr. J has a reminiscence about a great horror theme ride on the Wildwood, New Jersey boardwalk. Castle Dracula, it was called. I do remember this ride. The Wildwood was not the shore I grew up with. I grew up with Beach Haven, New Jersey. People tend to be very loyal to their Jersey shore. I don't know if it's just a Jersey thing or if it's like a thing. After what's your zodiac sign, what shore did you go to? And the only time I went to Wildwood was when a friend of mine invited me down. We were in high school. And that was a wild story. I don't even know if I can tell this story on this platform. But yeah, we had a wild time in Wildwood. And I'm very happy that I survived that weekend or week. I think I was there for a whole week. So yes, great memories of summer horror in this issue. And if you would like to, if you're an author and you would like to write for Bookworms, I am accepting submissions, but only mail-in submissions. I've had people, almost on a daily basis, send me a digital submission of like 3,000 words. And I'm just for the sake of keeping the zine a certain length and also giving other writers the opportunity to contribute so we have 2 or 3 in each issue. I prefer stories that are on the shorter side. 2,000 words are probably okay. Anyway, whatever you have that you think fits the theme, let's say under 1,500 words, 2,000 at the most, Just give you a little stretch mark. Speaking of stretch marks, I need to get in shape, but for bikini season, but that is a whole other issue. Anyway, send it in, but mail it in. Don't send me a digital copy. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting quite rude, where I'm not even acknowledging them because I just don't want digital copies. I want mailing copies. If you can't mail it in, I'm sorry, but I got to be a little tough about this stuff. I can't have 600 submissions again. I just don't have time to read all of those. I will never get that time back. But I do want short stories for our Halloween issue. I'm not sure what the deadline was. Anyway, I'll put the link below if you're interested. I would love to get something, and not just fiction, but if you have a fun short essay, or you have an essay idea that you want to float, just send it to me. I'm looking for stuff. Halloween theme, of course, and we might even do a double issue for Halloween because that's such a big thing. But anyway, we'll get there. So order your copy of Bookworms today. You won't be disappointed. I've already gotten a lot of people ordering it, which makes me very happy. And yeah, very cool. Oh, so speaking of Bookworms, I have some Bookworms podcasts, new podcasts that Dr. J and I have done. I'll also link that below. But if you are looking for it on your podcast app, if you just type in Bookworms Horror, I think it'll come up. So speaking of crazy horror rides, last weekend I went to Hershey Park. Joe and his brother were meeting in Hershey. Joe's a big Hershey Bears hockey fan, and they won the championship this year. So he was going to go to a Hershey Bears championship, event of some kind. So I decided to tag along because he, through being like a season ticket holder or something, he got a free pass to Hershey Park, which is a really beautiful amusement park. And I had not been to Hershey Park since I was a little kid. So I decided, why not? I'm going to go by myself and ride as many roller coasters as I could. The first one I went on was one of the new ones, and it was crazy steep. I felt a little awkward because I'm by myself, and I was with like this group of friends. And later I found out they got like a picture of themselves taken on the ride, like, woo! And I'm like in their picture now, probably going like, the force is so intense. It's like you really are just like, like the G-force gets you right in the solar plexus. I could barely open my eyes, and I was just, and for the people who go like this, I'm just like, you're crazy. I don't like anything that spins. So there was another roller coaster that I was looking at, but it spun. It's like you're kind of, it hangs from the bottom, and then you hang from your head, and it's like it spins, and I'm like, I don't know about that one. Anything that spins, I mean, the last time I was on the Merry Mixer at Beach Haven, New Jersey, I turned green, and that was not pleasant. But anyway, I did that, and then I rode the classic old school roller coaster, the Comet. Now, I normally love the old roller coasters like the one at Coney Island. Why can't the Cyclone? That's a great roller coaster, very old school. And when I was writing Carney and still going through it, there are some roller coaster scenes in the book. So, hey, it was research, okay? So I'm kind of like enamored of roller coasters. I always have been. So I love the Cyclone. So I think the Comet was kind of like the Cyclone, and it was, but the problem is I'm not 12 anymore, and it's like really, the new ones rather, are very smooth. The old one is like boom, 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 boom. And I kept lifting. Thank God for the little seatbelt, because I kept lifting out of the seat and then smashed back down. And I was riding by myself on that one, but I'm up, and then my butt slams into the thing, and then boom, boom. And I really got like jostled up and felt bruised and assaulted by the time I got off the Comet. And also, my neck was like stiff for the rest of the day. So yeah, I don't know if I would go on the Comet again, but just to unwind, I thought, okay, I'll before I do the next roller coaster, I'll unwind. So I went into the zoo, which is kind of like, it was a nice little stroll through the zoo, but there wasn't really that much. It wasn't the best zoo I've ever been to, honestly. And of course, I've been spoiled because the best zoo I've ever been to in my life was the San Diego Zoo. That is incredible, and it's all like natural habitat. It's an incredible, incredible zoo. Highly recommend it. But that's like a world-class zoo, I believe. Not that I'm an expert on the zoos. But then then I stood in line. I was going to go on the next roller coaster, which I forget the name was, and then they closed it down because there was a lightning storm. Then it started raining. I went into the arcade and wasted $20 playing skee ball until it was time for Joe to pick me up. So anyway, I had a really nice time doing that. I don't know why I'm rambling about it, but it's summer, and that's what we should do in the summer. So what else am I doing today? Oh, I'm opening my new creepy crate. So let's take a look. All right, so I have my trusty sword. Oh, wow. I'm seeing something cool. What is this? Piranha. Oh my gosh. Speaking of summer fun, this is, now I don't know what kind of life preserver this is. It's like a little raft. So fun. Oh, exploring the unknown can be part of the adventure of travel, but it can also be the danger. You never know what's lurking in unfamiliar places. In preparation for your summer vacation, the June-July Creepy Crate will teach you proceed with caution. Whether you're headed to a fancy oceanside resort or a cabin in a remote forest. Okay, this is really, speaking my language here. A new read, always the first to die. Okay, so a new read. Yes! I'm so thrilled to get this. Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. Thank you, Creepy Crate. This is on my list. I am going to start this immediately because what could be better to cool you off in the summer than a book like this? And I really enjoy Darcy Coates' books. I'm very, very happy to get that. All right, so here we go. Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates tells the story of Christina, just Christina, as she joins a tour group heading into the Rocky Mountains. When a huge storm hits and the tour snowed in a hunting cabin. I have to apologize for reading this. The print is so small, even with my readers on. My eyes are just horrible, and it's so depressing. I used to have the perfect vision. It's just one of the indignities of aging, and it gets worse. All right, but we keep our spirits strong and our sense of humor intact always. And always wear a fabulous outfit. That just makes the day so much better. And then the ebook is The Wanting by Campbell Armstrong. When Max and Louise rent a home in California vacation town to get out of the city with their son Denny, they end up living next to an elderly couple with dark secrets. You gotta love the elderly couple with dark secrets, because speaking of the indignity of aging, you always want to keep your edge as you age. You don't want to just be, oh, this little old lady, she's harmless. No. Never, ever trust that your creepy elderly neighbor is harmless, okay? Just saying. Not to make people paranoid, I speak in jest. Anyway, that sounds like fun. One of these days I will actually use the code here and read this ebook. I've just been not using my Kindle since I dropped it in the bathtub. I read off my phone, but I'm trying to detox from my phone. So I'm reading physical books. But maybe I'll get a new Kindle for my birthday. I'm going to put it on my list. It's coming up in August, just in case anyone wants to send me a new Kindle. Like, that's going to happen. But maybe you'll send me a card, or Batilda, because we do share a birthday. Okay, number 3, Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre apron. What? Is this it? Oh my God. Oh gosh, this is great. I could be just like Leatherface in my apron. I'm going to purposefully get myself invited to a cookout just so I can wear this and freak everybody out. See, again, the older you get, the weirder you want to get, okay? And I'm on course for that. I have been my whole life, but now it's just fun because you can, look, there are indignities about aging, and this is a big one for me. There are others, believe me. But what's fun about it is you can be eccentric as you want to be, and you can be that person. You could be that eccentric, and and suddenly you're cute. It's not like you're that dangerous weirdo that's giving off like too much like dangerous sexual energy, male or female or whatever. You can just be cute, and I'm working on that. I'm definitely looking forward to getting even cuter as I get weirder. But yes, how fun is that? And there's some text here that I will read later because I just can't. I can't read it. Or I can, but I don't want to struggle. I don't want the struggle session. Oh, this is turning out to be the best creepy crate ever, and I mean it. Next, assemble a monster, the cabin in the woods Rubik's Cube. Oh my God. This is just getting better and better. It works. I hope this cube doesn't like bring Pinhead, but Cabin in the Woods, is that the movie? There's a book too, right? Isn't that cool? This is the best one ever. Okay, number 5. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake Bandana. Oh my gosh. Before you send your kid to sleep away. I can't read it. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to just read the big type and that's it. But how fun is this? Wait, is it upside down? I love the clothes and like the pins. So I'll just do like a little bit. Like this will take this out, my Bo Peep outfit, into like another direction. Maybe not a direction I want it to, but like the bandana look. It's been a while since I've done that. But, back in the 70s, a friend of mine and I were talking about this. Wearing a bandana on your head was like a look. Like my mother always wore a silk scarf, like a Jackie O silk scarf. I have a few really nice silk scarves too. And they do keep your hair out of your face when you're in a convertible. So it does have and I used to have a convertible and I used to wear it that way. And maybe I looked a bit pretentious, but I don't care. It actually had a practical usage, as does a wide brim straw hat. Okay. All right. Next. So now number 6, Lost River Resort Piranha Koozie. So what's a koozie? It's like that sounds like something dirty in Italian, I have to say. I think it's to put your drink in. Like this, I'm not going to blow it up now, but this floats in the pool next to you and you have your drink. I just happen to have a beer here. This is a non-alcoholic, I'll have you know, Corona. I've been drinking non-alcoholic beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but on a hot day in the summer, I'd love to drink a beer, but I don't want to day drink, At least it's like 10 in the morning here, so this is non-alcoholic. But I think that's what that's for. What do you think? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. It says keep a beer by your side as you cool off in the water this summer, so I'm just following instructions. Okay, so that's what it is for. Koozie. I've never heard that. And a nice little bookmark. Wow, Creepy Crate, you have absolutely outdone yourself on this one. I'm not much of a saleswoman, but get this one, okay? And use my code for a discount off your first order. I never get excited about things like this, but this has seriously made my day. I'm especially like the apron and the scarf and everything. It's just really, really great. And the Darcy Coates book. I'm definitely going to start reading that. I've been reading, I'll tell you a little bit what I've been doing before I wrap it up today. I'm still reading my Graham Hancock Fingerprints of the Gods. It's good. It's just a bit, it's getting into like mathematical equations and of the ancient civilizations. I'm sure it fascinates people who are interested in math, and like I take your word for it. Like I don't need the equations to believe that the pyramid was based on pi or whatever. Just tell me that, I'm fine. I don't need to have it then like dissected for 2 solid chapters. So I'm sticking with it, but I'm skimming a little bit at this point, I have to say. I also found yesterday in one of those little libraries a historical romance book called The Book of Kells. I'm going to put it here. And it looked like a cool book. And it reminded me, because when I was in Ireland, I saw The Book of Kells and read a little bit about it. So I started reading it yesterday and I got completely pulled in. So I'm just reading summer stuff, like stuff that I like to read, a little romance, maybe a little, fantasy. I've been listening on audio to The Two Towers, the second book in the Lord of the Rings series, which I've read before, but now I'm like revisiting because there's so much I haven't gotten. It's like an endurance test a bit, but I've been doing that. And and also watching some movies completely not horror related. I think it's because I was reading all this history about ancient cultures and getting into the the different civilizations that I decided, and I knew a new movie was coming out. I decided to watch all the Indiana Jones movies. So Joe and I have been watching them every night. We're on number 3, and then we'll watch the new one. And then when I'm done, I'll give you my ranking about what I thought of those films. If you'd like to comment on anything that I mentioned in this eclectic video, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by my haunted library, and I'll see you soon. Bye!